brings us
Kendrick
down
versus
like,
Connor.
No.
I like Kendrick. He seemed like,
I don't know what a
to me,
sunflower
he
sounds
was like a blonde, blue-eyed, tall with these gorgeous white wings that were soft. And he was like sensuous. He was like suave. I don't know.
Mysterious.
And he was a good guy. He was really nice guy.
Right. He seemed like he was kind of innocent. I mean, intelligent but innocent at the same time.
Not corrupted.
They were a good man.
Not corrupted. Not corrupted, yeah.
Because of where he came from.
Very patient.
He came from a really peaceful,
Yeah.
happy place.
But it was kind of funny, like, he didn't get all of the things that, like, they were necessarily talking about, and they had to, like, explain things.
Yeah.
Like, it was pretty funny. You're like, okay, we'll bring it back.
When she was like, I want to go to heaven, he was like, never mind. And she's like, why? He's like, and in my mind, my interpretation of what he was like, that doesn't exist. I don't want to ruin it for you, but it's not real. Because he laughed when she said heaven, and she was like, what? She was like, what? And he goes, nothing.
Yeah, they don't believe in angels either, so.
But I was like, oh, he knows something that he doesn't want her to find out. He's like, I don't want to burst her.
But he even, like, encouraged their friends, like Savannah and Connor's friendship.
Yeah.
He was like, because he was fully understood. It's like, he could say nothing wrong.
He was perfect.
Yeah.
Feathers.
Yeah. You like
Just get
it.
her really No, that was kind of when they were like getting intimate and she mentioned the feathers, I was like, buzzkill. I was like, I forgot he had wings.
Oh, sorry, you're used to the whip, right?
When she was talking, because I'm Team Kendrick. So when she was talking about getting into it, I was like, oh. And then she would mention the feathers, I was like, oh, I forgot about that. And then I'm thinking of a bird. And I'm like, oh, that's so like. She's about to have sex with a bird.
Those feathers didn't bother me at all. The feathers didn't bother me at all. The softness.
Wow.
Yeah, oh my God, that's just,
That's my friend. There was babies involved, and she was like, oh no.
He was like, we're gonna get pregnant. We're all about repopulating. And she's like,
He said something.
somebody's like,
So did anybody like Connor?
Kendrick, right?
yeah, did anybody like Connor? Somebody felt sorry for him.
I felt sorry for him. Just like, I felt sorry for him.
I think he made the book. You needed him to have the conflict.
The problem was that he came second.
We were
already rooting for Kendrick, and we were like, oh, he's so wonderful. And then Connor's like, I'm gonna propose, and we're like, whoa,
Dude, get out of there.
Don't
She's got
bother.
somebody. What are you talking about? No.
You don't have
And
a chance.
she never even mentioned, like, or thought of
Yeah.
Kendrick, or
That's true,
Connor.
she didn't mention
First time
She mentioned him on page 1 about her best friend.
Oh, she did.
Being an English
How
teacher.
captivating Kendrick was.
But it was a best friend. It was a best friend, not a love interest.
Yeah.
No,
Right.
no.
But I don't think he's for her.
And every female has had that guy friend who is in love with her, and she's like,
thank you there.
every girl's had that guy.
And
She's Connor.
well, here's the thing. She mentioned him, but not by name on the first page.
That's true.
She mentioned
And you don't know
him
she
by
could be
name.
talking about a girl.
And you know,
Yeah.
you always think, why can't I like him? He's perfect, you know, your best friend, you're like, oh, he's perfect, da-da-da-da, I can make it work. And you're always like,
If they haven't
you get right there, you're like,
I don't know,
You need that chemistry. Yeah.
So it was like, come on.
but she
They
stopped
did,
right.
they did.
She
They
stopped
tried
when
it.
you kissed.
And she stopped it.
And then went out.
No, but he said.
And
He said they tried it.
Rather awkwardly, apparently.
They did. In the beginning, it was.
A few awkward attempts.
No.
I
But he should have been like, okay, we tried it. That's it. I mean, just.
I guess he
leave
realized
us
he
alone.
loved her.
It was odd that
Hoping
they.
that she would
Like-
change maybe.
But it made you think too, he was trying to be so human, and he's like,
right.
okay, this is what I need to do. I'm not gonna be able to be honest.
If Kendrick had never we might have
anybody
else.
else,
Right.
you know? So it was like, I need to get married and have a kid because that's what humans do.
But I think that when I don't remember the specifics, but at some point she mentioned that they had briefly dated in college, but it didn't really work out. to me, I'm like, all right, well then,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
it's hard out.
Well,
I think that's the way she's
Well, that was her perspective. His perspective was they had some fun and they had some awkward attempts,
why
but
didn't he,
why didn't it go any further?
He's the one who
Well,
left
wait.
the
Chloe
state.
says when they're in the store that why doesn't Kendrick go ahead and propose? So she's definitely talked about it.
Connor,
Chloe.
No, but Chloe said,
Oh,
why
for
doesn't...
Connor. But she's definitely mentioned it to her,
She doesn't like
and
it
they've
either,
talked
right?
about it
She
at the
doesn't like
store.
Right.
So apparently there was this kind of, I guess I want to say, talk about like why hasn't it got to that point?
Yeah.
So she must have been saying something.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know.
I think she just observed it just like anyone
Like
would
anybody else,
see,
like, who's this
would
dude
he
who comes
already,
in
would
and
he
gets
go
us
already, would he tell her how he really feels?
If my
about it?
female friend liked the guy, I would know. So if she didn't like
Yeah.
him, I would know.
Right.
So if this guy was chasing after her, I would know whether she likes him or not. I would know, because she would have told me. And so I know Chloe. I think Chloe was just like, you can keep trying, but this isn't really done. Whatever. I'm not gonna get involved. I just, I don't think she had ever talked about Connor in that way to Chloe. So Chloe was just like,
Good looking.
Yeah.
I mean, Connor,
girls talk.
He's not the
we
right one
loved
for
her. I mean,
Yeah.
but it's just.
But it wouldn't happen.
Wasn't
Maybe
that-
if Kendrick, Mr. Wonderful, hadn't have come along, maybe he would have a chance.
I think she still would have been settling. She still would have been settling regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think
But
so.
she's a nice girl, and that's what she might have done.
No.
She grew up in a
I
small
wouldn't
store.
matter.
I don't think she's that
She hasn't gone
nice.
anywhere.
It wouldn't have been genuine.
But she
Yeah.
was struggling with it at a certain part of the book where she was like, well, I mean,
And then
I
she
might
talks
as
about those
well,
high schoolers, how
the guy
they
I
haven't
like
gone
is
anywhere.
leaving. I might as well hang with this one.
Right.
I mean, I agree with you, they would have been
It seems that she's
settling, but
settling
I wouldn't be
for Connor.
surprised.
Yeah.
Because she
But
does
I don't
care about
know.
him very
I don't think-
much.
I think she just doesn't know.
Yeah.
Exactly. You love somebody as a friend and not as a romantic situation.
Yeah, that was
But then the more she talked about her,
Exactly.
make them
So you're just like,
What, like when Harry met Sally, you gotta believe in that.
Huh?
She kept making
Like
him
when
sound
Harry met
like
I definitely have one of those friends. It will never happen. They're just friends, but it's the best friendship I've had.
Or like in certain situations, oh my god, I can't. You're like,
But he may
no.
not understand. As much as he wants to be human, he may not understand the difference between love in one way and the
Right,
other.
that's the thing too. He's not human.
He never gave up. He just kept.
But she'll change her mind eventually.
That's their part of their pride.
Yeah,
They can't
he
give
just
up.
didn't give up. It was like already it says she's not going to give it to you, and he just. I guess that's what was frustrating me. Like he just never. He still had the illusion that he was going to keep trying. That she was going to wear down, and she was going to one day
Exactly.
come around.
Or that was
People are like
still his
that.
personality coming out and wear her down.
I don't think.
She's going to say yes.
But how many people do you know who are in relationships where like they'll come around?
True.
He'll come
Well,
around.
I guess depends on if you want to settle. Meaning, I personally wouldn't want to settle for someone who's like.
Yeah, you, but I'm saying how many people do you know?
I guess
Who,
a couple people
like-
who settle. Like there's so many stories of like, how is this love at first sight? Oh, we were going around. Like you're like.
I was alone for a really long time.
That's what it starts to sound like. You're like, sounds exciting.
Somebody. We know.
Exactly. But like,
It's true. I agree.
So what do you think will happen to Connor in the sequel then?
Is he
He and Your Honor are totally hooked up.
that is totally gonna happen.
He and Your Honor, he's gonna eventually end up there on that planet, and they're gonna end up together, and they're gonna end the three of them or four of them are gonna end the war.
I didn't like that he.
That would be one
though
shot for
Kendrick
me
and
to
Lorana weren't
He got-
together anymore. I did not like
That's not
the
gonna happen
Connor
either.
and Lorana encounter.
I liked it because I got him out of the picture. I'm like, okay,
You like something else?
right?
I liked the Connor and Miranda encounters, but the only thing I questioned was if he could smell Kendrick. I didn't understand why he couldn't
Yeah, when they met,
smell
I don't
Kendrick.
really
I
get
couldn't
that.
figure out that
Every
she
time he was
was
emotional, he was already taken up with something.
I
right.
think there's something else. I think her parents are something else.
Who has Lorana?
Yeah.
Does anyone have
No,
Lorana? Okay, I have Lorana. Let's move on to